Hello, chat. I am Professor Scruffy Matt, and welcome back to an unexpected part of my Sonic the Hedgehog Dreamcube Advance era marathon. Um, I'm not sure if we can really even call it a marathon anymore because this is severely out of order. So, long-term viewers may remember that last year I did a Sonic era classic games marathon. All the games of the classic era, so pretty much everything that took place in the 90s up until Sonic Adventure, as well as Sonic Mania and Sonic Superstars. Following that, this year I followed that up with a Sonic Dreamcube Advance era marathon because people come up with all sorts of different names for that period of the timeline. The adventure era is the most common one, but that doesn't really cover it because only two games in that era were actually adventure games. You had Sonic Heroes, you had Shadow the Hedgehog, you had the Game Boy Advance games. So yeah, I opened it up. So the games that took place in the Dreamcast here, and the GameCube and the Game Boy Advance. I kind of put them all together into one big marathon. And I also threw in Sonic Pocket Adventure because it technically takes place. Well, it's not canon, is it? But it's supposed to be, part of the transition from the classic era of Sonic to the adventure era. You even get to see Eggman change costume mid-game. So got all that out of the way earlier in the year, and I was very happy with that. And then Sonic's official Japanese website came up with this: the Sonic World Story. Now, this is an official Sonic games timeline. It doesn't include everything in the series, but it does present a timeline of what they have chosen to include here. So let's go over this briefly and see how closely it reflects my own marathons that I've done. All right, so starting with prehistoric times. So we got the backstory for games like Sonic, not Sonic World Adventure. What are we calling in the West? The Werehog game. Oh help! Sonic Unleashed. Backstory: Sonic Frontiers, tens of thousands of years ago. More Unleashed. Sonic Riders backstory. And Sonic Adventures backstory, the whole thing with the echidnas and all that. Shadow the Hedgehog's backstory. ML's backstory. Yeah. And then, of course, the backstory of Sonic Adventure 2. And the time travel bits of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. We haven't gotten to that yet. Maybe next year. But then we get to the classic era. So we have Sonic 1, obviously, Sonic CD, Sonic 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Mania, Sonic Mania Plus, and Sonic Superstars. So let's have a quick look at my marathon to compare those with how we got. So it started with Sonic Origins, obviously. Sonic 1, Sonic CD. Yep. Sonic 2, Sonic 3. Then I moved into the 8-bit games, the 8-bit versions of Sonic 1 and 2. Triple Trouble. No, not Triple Trouble yet. Sonic Chaos, Sonic Spinball, Sonic Drift, then Triple Trouble. That's the fan version. That's the fan remake that's 16-bit and really good. If you have not played Sonic the Triple Trouble 16-bit and you're open to playing Sonic fan games, go look for it. It is really solid. Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, which introduced Mighty and Ray. That was very difficult to play emulation. I found it on a website, as I recall. I imagine I would have posted the link in that video, so if you're curious in trying it for yourself, try it there. Knuckles' Chaotix, the Tails games, Sky Patrol and Adventure, Sonic Labyrinth, Sonic Fighters, Sonic 3D Flicky's Island, Sonic Blast, Sonic R, then Sonic Mania and Sonic Superstars. So there's more on my timeline, but the ones that they did include, they were all there and they were in the right order. Now let's see what happens when we move into the modern Sonic era. And there it is, right there. Sonic the Hedgehog 4. So, official confirmation that even though those games came out in 2010, 2012, something like that, that they are meant to come before Sonic Adventure. Okay. So, after that, we have Sonic Pocket Adventure, which, as I said before, not canon. Sonic Adventure, yep, we got that. Sonic Shuffle, right, that's there. Sonic Adventure 2, obviously, that was next. And Sonic Advance 2. So, I obviously played Sonic Advance number 1 first, but yes, then came Sonic 2, Sonic Advance 2, and Sonic Pinball Party. Next, Sonic Heroes and Shadow the Hedgehog, obviously. And ML's Growth and Rampage, so Sonic Battle would come next, which I got. Then Sonic Advance 3. And no mention of Sonic Riders unless it's... Oh, there it is. So according to this timeline, Sonic Riders came after Sonic Rush and Sonic 2006. That's interesting. So aside from that, and I included Riders at the end. I wasn't sure about that, but I felt it is a it is a GameCube game. It came out before, the next leap of consoles, so it felt right to include it on this marathon. So yeah, so we are gathered here today to fill the gap in the timeline that I missed. So, Sonic the Hedgehog 4. What is there to say about it? And what's up with the resolution of my monitor all of a sudden? That's odd. Give me a second here, folks. It's weird. Please excuse my chest in your face. There we go. Still doesn't look right, does it? I might just restart the console, because it just did a massive update. I'd been planning to start this stream half an hour ago, but Xbox wanted to do an update, so I said, alright, fine. It's been a while since I last streamed. As you may have heard, I recently started a new job, so I've been settling into that. And, obviously, considering that two of my three scheduled weekly streams took place during the day on Tuesday and Friday. I didn't really have the time to do those anymore. It is a full-time Monday to Friday job. So yeah, I've been trying to figure out a new streaming schedule, and I'm leaning towards doing Saturday nights, like I am now. But I don't think I'm going to settle on anything permanent until next year. So this is what I've been wanting to do for a couple of weeks because I've been wanting to fill this gap for a while and just never got around to it. Let's face it, Sonic 4 is not the best game in this series. It's not the worst game either, fairly, but certainly not one of my favorites. So, yeah, I kind of have been putting it off a bit. Yeah. Do we have sound? I certainly hope so. Still doesn't really look right. I'm not sure what's going on there, but I think we'll just have to live with it. Yeah. Okay, I don't have sound. There is something very wrong with this. Is this another thing? Audio out. Yeah. Oh, I don't understand what's happened here. Well, this is going great, isn't it? This did seem to be working earlier. I had sound. Meow. Really? Is that so? Really? Oh no. I don't know what's going on here. I may have to, you know, maybe I'll try resetting this computer and see if that fixes this. Give me a few minutes, everyone. I'll be right back.